Good morning. I'm Dennis Willich with Nationwide Southwest. I'm here today, James Weidner, Casa Hermosa Furniture out of Farmington, New Mexico.
Good morning, Dennis. I appreciate the offer, man. It is always great to be here at Nationwide. What a show, what a party, what deals everybody's putting on. So if you want to load up your inventory, make some profit, that's what we're all here for, is make some profit and get some great products. There's not a better venue than Nationwide to do this.
Thank you so much. And by the way, I'm wondering, what is that over your shoulder here?
Well, I feel everybody here at Nationwide is a champion, but we've done some grassroots marketing, and Nationwide has recognized that. So we do something a little special that we've learned to make us notice and stand out a little bit out of the crowd. And I think as a dealer, that's what you want to do. You want to stand out and give reasons for people to come, not just the value, but the little bit of entertainment.
Yep. Well, I will have to say one thing about you and your brothers that have attended primetime. You have shown us tremendous entertainment. Every time you come, you have something on that sticks out. And it is amazing to see that. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you wear these same attires around the store?
I do every Saturday. So my wife was nice enough about 10 years ago. I wanted a purple suit. She went and found me not only a purple suit, but a Star Wars suit. And I started wearing those on Saturday. And the customers started coming in. What are you going to wear next? What's going to be next? 60-some suits later, I'm wearing something next. So I got to thank my wife. I also got to thank my business partner, Leo. Not everybody, we can't always be here together because he's a powerhouse. And we've really just turned that one or two suits that my wife got done into me to a brand. So like people are recognizing it. They see us together. And then of course I had to get my son, but I was lucky enough. My mother built a platform for me to really just step on. So I'm a second generation, and my mom, she did it and made it happen.
Great. Well, you got a great mom there.
Absolutely. We especially in the industry, we talk about women empowerment, and it's really coming through right now. But she was a pioneer on that, single mother who made this business happen.
Man, that's incredible. Well, that is unbelievable. And I'll tell you something. Tell me a little bit about Farmington, New Mexico. The type of market it is. How large is that market?
So our Tri-City is about 100,000 people. And then we are lucky enough to be surrounded by some Native American reservations. So we've become a buying hub, the town. And our community spans out not just in our town, but the whole four corners. So it's amazing. And we have an amazing culture in our area that they have allowed us as a furniture store to really integrate into.
Okay, good. So you're covering a lot of different variables out there.
Absolutely. I got people driving in 2 hours on a regular basis to come shop with us.
Holy mackerel. Well, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the mix of products that you've got in your store. What all do you sell there?
This is going to sound crazy. So our bread and butter is mattresses, furniture, appliances, right? That's the usual. You hear that a lot at prime time, but we've expanded that into power tools. So we do wood splitters, chainsaws. We're Husqvarna's number one handheld dealer in the four corners. We've sold teepees, jewelry. So we've really, we own the strip mall, and we really see what the market's asking for. We pivot on a dime, and we find what our community needs, how can we serve them, and if we can get it at a great price and make it a great value for our customer, that's what we do.
Okay, good. What's your, what would you say would be your mainstream marketing tools?
Our mainstream marketing tool would be still TV and radio. So with our area being so rural, we still advertise on AM radio. And I was telling you a little bit earlier, every Friday we go on 3 radio stations. We got the Casa Hermosa Hour of Power, and we're on the Hispanic radio station. the Navajo radio station, and then our local radio station 94.9, and it really draws in people, and you really got to gauge your market. So maybe the bigger cities, ad rocket thing is working for you, but you need to find out what works in your area, test a few things, and then partner up with great people, because you can get ideas right here from Nationwide that you can implement into radio commercials, things like that, and really hone in on that.
Yeah. And you hit on a very strong note there, networking. When you come to a show like this, you have people from all over the country here, and things you may not think about that are working maybe in the Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, things that people pick up on and things they use and stuff like that. And we have so many of our members that talked about the networking being one of the greatest opportunities from you there, because you can come up with other ideas and thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
It's really a collective mind state out here, and that's why I love being part of Nationwide. You can sit down and have dinner and get ideas, share ideas, give ideas. Nobody's here just out for themselves. When one of us succeeds, all of us succeed. And that's really the mindset right here at Nationwide. And whether it's, I'm proud to be part of the Southwest Nationwide, but I talk to people from Buffalo. It is just a collective mindset. Hey, what's working for you? They'll ask me, and I get the opportunity to ask them. And you have people that are really industry giants in their field, and I get to pick up on that and take some of that home, and it's amazing.
Yeah. And you know what? We hear that more and more. Obviously, you come here to make, as you said, buy the deals and maybe find a new vendor and some of those things. But that networking still is the number one thing that we have found is still the strongest thing. That's why we have more people doing it. Okay, let's talk a little bit now. When we're talking about your business, your overall business, what percentage of your business is going to fall into furniture and bedding versus, say, appliances?
So 50 to 60% is going to be mattresses and bedding. And then we're going to have 30% case goods and upholstery. And then, again, appliances are going to 10, and then electronics. It starts whittling down. But, again, you got to see the opportunities. And when you come to the showroom floor, to have new ideas and things to sell that may bring in your customers. So I might not always sell a mattress or case good, but if I sell in a chain, I get those doors and people are coming in and they get used to shopping with me, and they get used to my workers, and really those are my partners. I don't even like to call them workers. Everybody that works with me is a partner, and we build a rapport with those customers by seeing things that are a little bit more out the box, and we're able to pivot because we are an independent on a dime.
That's good. And you do all your own deliveries?
We do all our own deliveries, but there's someone that's reached out to us and saying, hey, if right here in the market. So I was talking to someone, and they want, if we can't pick up they want to pick up our slack if we're running behind or something. And those are things to look into. I'm not saying it's what we're going to do, but it's things to look into. And you always got to keep an open ear and an open mind when you're at market. If I had a guy that competes against me, and I was a little bit younger. He told me he's forgotten more in the furniture business than I'll ever learn. And, hats off to him if that's what he thinks. But it's not how much you learn, it's what you learn and what can be applied. So you got to keep that mindset that you can always learn. No matter how old I am, how long I've been in the business, I can learn from the guy that's 20 years old or have only been in the business for 1 year, or the guy that's been in the business 70 years. Each person has a different perspective, a different journey, and if you keep an open mind and an open ear, you can always take something from that.
I agree 100%. When you look at your mix of business, and one of the things that we know today is that about 75-80% of all the appliances being sold are replacements, meaning they fail in the marketplace. So that means that every day when the sun comes up, there's going to be so many people out there in that market. They're going to come. They're going to be in need of an appliance. Do you see any crossover? The reason I asked the question, we have a lot of our members that are in furniture and bedding, but they're in markets where they could also be good at appliances. Now, you can't, the margins of appliances aren't as high as the furniture and bedding. However, with that built-in traffic builder, they know you have them, they know you can deliver, they come to your store. So it does expose your store to a customer that you may not have. It might be a customer that for the first time says, hey, I know they got a appliance, so I'll go over and get their refrigerator, washer, dryer, whatever it is. And it may expose that particular person or consumer at this point and turn them into the long-term customer. So I asked that question to really make the comment from this standpoint. I think as we always talk about the big box stores and all the people have been buying from the big box stores. And they really, if you think about it, what are they selling? They sell appliances in our industry.
Yes.
Okay, they sell all the other kinds of things, 2x4s, all that. But the point I want to make is, I feel like our independents could do maybe a better job, a stronger job at maybe promoting more appliances to also offset and get more traffic in to sell furniture bedding. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is the more foot traffic is always better.
Right.
And you may not make the big margins on appliances, but you have helped customers learn brand loyalty, and that when they come to your store, there's a value, whether it's a value in appliances or furniture. So many times the washer breaks down, the wife walks in with her husband, he's there for a washer. What does she see? Well, our couch is looking not so great. So the upsales there, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but now it's train of thought. Casa Hermosa's got those great looking living room sets. They got great looking bedroom sets. And the husband came in for that washer. But when you expose people to that, it opens up for later sales or even today. Like just the other day, lady and gentleman came in for a washer dryer. Their dryer broke, but they were going to replace a pair because, with some of these great SKUs from GE and Speed Queen, you can get like the matte black.
Yeah.
And they want it to look nice together. So then they do that. And then she ends up talking to her husband, our couch is kind of old. I like, and then it's gone from a washer, dryer to a sofa. And we're doing that delivery that evening. So It really brings in, and it allows you to really show value. They already trust your name in front of each other. So if you go into the mindset of doing everything as well as you do, you can get into other things that people will know when you put your name behind it. It brings great value. So that's something my mom taught me, is bringing great value to our customers. And it allows us just to have our hands and get more eyeballs on us. So you're going to make those. And we're not a huge appliance dealer, but what we do focus on is a few SKUs, and people come in and they know we stand behind what we do. So they're willing to give us a chance, and then it leads to other sales.
I got you. All right. So one last thing here. I'm just curious. You obviously are involved in thinking out of the box, as I like to say. And with that, what would you say would be something that you might or are considering to maybe add to your offerings out there? You made a comment a while ago that you want power tools out. What made you bring power tools in?
It started with chainsaws and wood splitters. And our customer, again, we're in that rural area buying hub, and that did well. And we were able to compete with those big box stores with some of the discounts we get. And it only made sense. And sometimes during Christmas time, those are like a giveaway. So the wife talked to her husband, or she came in for the couch, but she's leaving with that power tool set. So he's not so upset. He's got something. and vice versa. So it really just diversifies. If I could think of something that we're really looking into getting into is grills. So we're in appliances, and grills, it goes hand in hand.
Right.
So a lot of times our ranges slow down during the summer.
Yep.
Why? Because everybody wants to cook outside. So how can I bring people in to look at my furniture? Grills. So that is something we're going to look into and see if it's a right fit for us, if we can get behind it. Can we make great value with it?
Right.
And is it something me and my staff can learn?
Yeah.
And I figure if you can learn a range, a grill is right in that wheelhouse, and it's going to be similar. So getting out there and seeing those things and just expanding how now they're thinking Casa Hermosa does all appliances. Again, it's just bringing people through the door and allowing us to get more eyeballs and door swings.
That's it. By the way, you may have heard me speak yesterday and a couple of our meetings. And the one thing that we do know, I call it the backyard. And that backyard is a whole new opportunity now. In other words, they want to be in that backyard. That's their gathering spot. That's the place where they feel good. And maybe it's not the kitchen inside anymore. Maybe they're going to build the whole thing outdoors. So I always tell all of our members, take a look at the space. I mean, all these houses have a backyard. So it's just another way for you to look at what are the things that would be important. How could we really, put the pedal to the metal and really get going and see. And I'll bet you with the hour of power you're talking about, I bet that would be something you could talk about on there. And you might be surprised what you could do with that. And it's all about outdoor furniture. It's all about the grills. It's about the wood burning pizza ovens. It's just on and on and on. It's about nude lighting. It's about this, about that. And man, I'll tell you what, it's incredible to me. We have members I call, we see their prime time, and they're telling me the kinds of tickets they're writing in that backyard. It blows me away.
And furniture gets a little bit slower in the summer. We know that.
Yes.
Because people are outside. I'm part of that millennial category. And last year we built a tremendously big deck. That's what my wife wanted. It's connected to our kitchen, so we pull things out of the fridge. We got that big grill. We got the chairs out there. And it has now just become like that summer sanctuary. I'll go ride the four-wheelers, and then we get back and we're cooking steaks and chicken. And I think millennials are starting to have a little bit more buying power.
Yep.
And that's what my wife wanted. That's what we have, right? So that's just, again, looking where the market's going. How can I get my piece of it? And how can those bring eyeballs to our main category? So again, they may only buy a grill, but in the back of their mind, well, I seen a sofa, I seen a bedroom set. And when cold weather comes again and they're back inside, where do you think they're going?
Yeah.
To Casa Hermosa Furniture.
That's it.
Yeah.
James, let me tell you something. The backyard, in the old days, it was mostly a masculine place. We'd get our grills back there, guys would get together, we'd talk about our brisket rubs and how to cook and brag about each other and all that stuff. But we are learning very quickly that backyard is turning into a haven for the woman, meaning they are out there now. You talk about furniture inside, that outdoor furniture, you can sell big ticket items on outdoor furniture and they put them out there. Here's another thing. The backyard is an all year long. But let me tell you why. You can have your grills out there. You can have the wood burning fireplaces out there. You can have your ovens out there. You can have your furniture out there. I'm telling you right now, you have your heaters out there. People want to go outside. They like to be out there. You can even be in the winter. You still got heaters to sell. And there's a lot of margin in a lot of those products. Way and above. Not like appliances, maybe a smaller margin, but a lot of that stuff back there. You look at that furniture in the backyard, you're still looking at 50, 60 point margin.
Yeah, especially if it's something really good that's going to last. We, again, like I said, my wife wanted that deck, and it's not the old. I remember when we were younger, we had the pop out chairs. You remember that? And a koozie and a drink.
Yeah.
Totally different deck that we have, you know. So we got polywood furniture that's UV resistant, lasts for 10 to 15 years guaranteed. It is just a crazy place, and of course it looks better than ever. She had her way with it, and it's become almost an outdoor living room.
There you go. Well, see, that's my point. Listen, this has been so much fun today. I cannot say thank you enough. It is an honor.
I appreciate it very much, man. And now I got to get back to business and see what we can do for the store. So thank you again.
Thank you.